Auto Service, and today we had a 2011 Honda Pilot. The battery light came on, said check charge system. Customer said they already replaced their battery because it tested bad. So after the client replaced his battery, what we did was start the vehicle up and checked the voltage at the alternator, which we'll show you later towards the end of this video. Skip towards the end if you need that step. And we found that the alternator was only putting out 9 volts. So we recommend a replacement of the alternator, and that's what we did. Now the tools you'll need for this job, pretty simple. We used a digital multimeter, an impact gun, and a cordless ratchet. We used a 10 millimeter, that's actually a magnet socket for the 1/4 inch. Usually you would use a 14 if it was a factory tensioner, but this was aftermarket, so we used a 19 socket. We used a 12 and 14 short and long sockets. We have a wobble socket there, and I think that was a 12 that we put on it. Extension, pocket screwdriver, bigger screwdriver, and a smaller extension for the 1/4 inch drive. Now, this is where you use your flathead screwdriver. Just pop those off. It's pretty easy. I don't have a video at the moment, but you see the tabs there. Just put the screwdriver in, twist, and they'll come up. This that intake, it pulls off after that. It's pretty easy. Turn those like you're loosening a screw half a turn, and that whole front cover will pop off. You don't need to take it off, but taking it off gives you a little more room. Now, what I did here was the coolant reservoir goes right there. You pull the coolant reservoir off, take off your power steering pump reservoir, and take off those two 10 millimeter bolts. Take out that 10 millimeter bolt for your AC line. It gives you a little more room. Now to the alternator itself. So you have a 10 millimeter on the bottom left there, holding on that whole assembly. You've got a 12 millimeter holding in your positive wire, and you have a 4-pin connector on the back side of the alternator. There's also, on that harness, reach down underneath the alternator, and you'll have a 1-wire harness that goes to your AC clutch. Just reach down there, you'll feel your way and remove it. It's very simple, it's just a clip. Now once that's all up and out of the way, you're going to want to remove the tensioner. Well, not remove the tensioner, excuse me, but reduce tension and remove the belt off of the power steering pump. So, like I said, this one's aftermarket, so that's a 19. Usually, if it's factory, it's a 14 on the actual pulley itself. And that 14 on the bottom you see right here is for the lower bolt of the alternator. There's another shot of it right there. Again, there's your 19. If you had a factory one, it would be over here. Now you have two 12 millimeter bolts. This one holds on your bracket, and this one holds the alternator. I removed both of them so I can remove that bracket. And now, I don't have a video of me pulling out the alternator, but once all of your bolts are out, you're going to pull the alternator just straight back and then straight left towards the passenger fender. And once you get it in this little pocket over here, you're going to rotate it 90 degrees so the pulley is facing up, and you'll be able to pull it out. You should have plenty of room. You disconnected this hose. Well, you disconnected the bracket that holds this hose, so it has some play. And installation is reverse. And here we're testing the new alternator. You put a positive lead here, and you put your ground to any good ground, and you check for the voltage. And we're getting 14.25 on the new alternator. So we know it was charging, battery light went off, and this customer was happy. Alright guys, like the video if this helped, comment, subscribe if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.